Hello and welcome to Editing with My Wife, now with more charisma. My name's the Hooded Philosopher and I'm here with Cheesy Loops. Cheesy Loops, show us some of that great charisma.
Eee!
She's making a Charizard. She's going to paint it shiny.
Yeah,
it's for a friend.
Yeah, it's for a friend. Really cool dude in my work.
Probably never going to see this.
Never going to see this, so he's not going to see the progress. It looks so derpy right now and I love it.
It's Charizard.
It will be.
It will be. His wings aren't quite attached.
Well, his wings aren't attached because I got to do a whole nother process.
That's a whole thing, yeah.
And then his face has got to get cut a little bit more.
Because he's got such a striking face.
His arms are so skinny, so when I first put his arms on, like I put them on big and bulky, and started looking at reference photos and whatnot, and notice they are not big and bulky. They are
like a T-Rex.
They are skinny little baby arms.
Tiny T-Rex arms.
So, I gotta work on that. So I've been working on that.
He's got some big muscles in those arms, though.
But it is helping because
I bet those tiny arms are as big as the muscle that gets Zeka to Bronze home.
Anywho, so
he's a powerful wizard.
He gonna sit there. I like him though. Like even if he wasn't like a known thing, if I built a creature off of it, I think I could. I think I could have fun making a creature.
I think we might see that in the future. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
That would be. Someone wants.
Oh, go ahead.
Like okay. Someone gives me an animal trait. I'll work on that. Eventually.
We got some hearts here too.
After.
This is one with a hole, because some of us have a hole in our heart, and then there's one that's broken because some of us have broken hearts.
I have a broken heart. I ate spicy foods.
And I made this stand for him so long ago. Are you gonna put him that way? It was even reverse normally, yeah. There you go. Here,
Oh, there we go. There we go. I found it. It's on. There you go. So this is art in its rough form.
Yeah. There's the Charizard. Right now it looks more like Dragonite, but we'll give it some time.
I know, it does look like the Dragonite, but he needs to be cut more, so. And then he's got to get little.
Yeah, because Charizard's cut. Alright.
Charizard is sharper than Dragonite. Dragonite's a very round boy.
Yeah, he's a big puffy guy.
Alright.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Hydration?
No dragons in this book, though. I might have to
There are
that
no dragons.
Nope, there is in the next.
Alright. No, don't refill it. It's like halfway. Alright.
Oof, that was nasty. Brush teeths.
Brush teeths. Chapter 15. The river found him.
Oh, I hope he is well.
When we're done with this story, you're going to be so happy you don't have to do that anymore. Alright. When the pair came to the river, something was wrong. The river was shallow and slow. Zeka bent low, putting her hand in the water. It said very little to me. It seems that someone is stealing it and using it. Only Frick truly understood the gravity of the quiet river. We need to solve this fast. Not only is water a friend, it is a powerful ally. The trees aren't speaking either. Zeka stood up. Of course, she shouted in revelation. Eric twisted the spell sent out by Dahara. He wanted May.
She
wanted...
Dahara wanted May.
Okay, you're on the wrong screen with your mouse.
You're right. I should be paying attention, shouldn't I?
You should be.
I'm just here listening to you tell a beautiful story.
Move my hats. Move my hats. Move my hats. That means the target is nature, not the arcane divine. Without saying another word, the two of them leapt back onto their horses and took off with as much speed as the horse could muster. Frick pulled on a muscle that relieved the horses of their need to eat or sleep, running them at max speed until the sun was on the horizon. A deep night loomed on the horizon, a night with no moon. I'd rather not sleep here. Do you think you could pull me to Bronzehome? She asked him as they slowed to a canter. You know, I never could find that muscle. Why don't you pull the lever and switch like Malgasta Florian said you could? He responded with a cheeky smile. I have no clue how to even go about searching. The forest isn't talking, and the river is all but gone, she said, sounding exasperated. She looked at Frick helplessly. May once said Ubuk talked to the wind, he said. knowing full well that Ubuk was a master. It took him generations to achieve such a feat. Nevertheless, Zeka laid her head back and listened. Her face was serene, as she bounced up and down, listening for whatever the wind was willing to say. "Please," she begged, the wind blowing across her peaceful face. They rode like that for the next 15 or so minutes, until Zeka turned her gaze to Frick. She was excited. She had done in days what it took Master their whole lives. "It told me I need the sun to set before I can do anything." "So it spoke to you? What did it say?" he asked. "I need to beseech the divine..." Too many B's and D's. "I need to beseech the divine arcane. It showed me the muscle that Malgastaflorian uses to get in contact with it, but the trees are asking me to wait. I can't hold the muscle for the horses much longer. Why don't we stop for the night? There's enough time for a meal before the wind's instructions could be followed." Frick set up the tent just in case. He was quite a pragmatic man. He caught a glimpse of her armor. It had dings and scratches. Zeka was starting a fire the old-fashioned way. He retrieved the armor. "Did you make that for her?" she asked, as the fire sparked into existence. Frick's answer was barely audible over the crackling of the fire. She was an impressive blacksmith. She is an impressive blacksmith. She would always tell me that, to her, metal was the purest form of nature. Twisting and forming, it took strength, determination, and most importantly, discipline. He remembered her truth fondly. Strength, determination, and discipline. That sounds more like Gastaflorian than May, Zeka mused. With all her strength, determination, and discipline, she made this. He held up her chest plate. He put a piece of fabric out of his pocket, polishing out the small scratches. May truly was someone special. She taught me to speak to the trees. Her eyes gazed into the surrounding forest. Darkness was beginning to fall. Now that they're not saying anything, I feel like I failed her. She was clearly hurt by this, even though the trees were protecting themselves as best they know how. They were busy. "The trees are not talking because they're busy protecting themselves, not because of you," Frick relayed. "How do you know?" Zeka asked. Frick pointed to the beautiful hat sitting on his head. She smiled and said, "Well, if I must help the trees, I need my muscles back." Frick put down the armor and began to stand. "You're not coming with?" she explained, motioning to Frick.
No, that's not a question. She's saying,
"Oh.
You're not coming with."
"You're not coming with," she explained, motioning to Frick. He sat back down, returning to his task of gently rubbing the scratches out of his wife's armor. Zeka started to walk away, then turned around, an idea on her lips. "I wouldn't mind if May came with, though." Frick handed her the hat silently. Zeka took it gladly. She was grateful to hear the voice of her friend, leaving her quite comforted.
Or feeling quite comforted.
Yeah. Oh, that one was cute.
Like as she ventures out into the unknown. Might be a good way to end that too.
That might be a good way to say, yeah.
No, leaving her feeling.
Mm-hmm. Leaving her feeling quite comforted as she ventured off into the unknown.
Feels. Okay. And then these right here, I saw here needed to say May, because...
Held up May's chest plate, yeah.
Capital M. And then this was her armor. It was also May's armor. May's armor. Yeah, because he caught a glimpse of her armor. Doesn't really... I mean, there's two hers there.
Yeah, there are two hers.
It's confusing.
And I was confused at first until Zeka said something. So, yeah.
Okay, and then that's just a simple capitalization I caught. Which, I mean, I ran this through a grammar thing, so why it's still there is beyond me.
I feel like running it through before has definitely helped the smoothness of my reading. And it leaves just the...
Now, speaking of the smoothness of your reading,
yes.
there was one time that you got confused. Why is it? Okay, that's weird.
I don't know if it was the writing.
I need to. Well, it needs to be more of a direction in there, I think.
Did you mark where it was?
Like she raised her hand.
Where at?
She raised her hand. You're not coming with me.
Oh.
That's what I'm referring to. The "you're not coming with me."
Frick put down the armor and began to stand.
And she just kind of.
Zeka raised her hand.
You're not coming with me. Okay.
You're not coming with. Yeah, much better.
Oh, just capitalize every word. Why don't you?
Capitalize every word or every letter. Because I was not looking up. I'm smoothing out my...
She just got the idea. I could take May.
I could take May.
She's
Which
just
might
a
be
hat.
good because, I mean...
No, it's very important.
Very important because
Very
of nature and...
In the next chapter, you learn why. But in this chapter, one of the things that I didn't click on, and I think it's because I didn't have the thing ready, was... Where was it? They are on their horses.
Okay. On the horses. What are you looking for?
This statement right here.
Relieve the horses of their need to eat or
So,
sleep.
how long could you run a horse
With their...
without needing to sleep or eat, without fulfilling that need to sleep or eat?
Probably not as long as you'd think because their muscles will still get tired.
Yes. Okay, good. Because something happens in the future, and I think that this might be sound a little contradictory if you take it the wrong way.
I see.
You aren't.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Their need to rest their muscles is different than the need to rest their entire body. Is kind of what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm reading it and I'm trying to find out where this is May versus when this is Frick. So like the narration wise.
Okay, yeah.
When the pair came to the river, something was wrong, and I didn't even click in my brain that was
like that was May.
That was
kind of
May.
experiencing it.
Yeah.
Through Zekas, like recognizing on her face and knowing that the she's not like seeing the words from the trees, and yeah.
There's something
Frick
wrong.
wouldn't have said that. There's other times in which I think I did that. I think I'm a little more relaxed with Frick, but Frick was more about reminding her that he loved her.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's a little bit more about recognizing the value in other people.
Well, and it also is evident where May needed a lot of reassurance that Frick was still there. Frick doesn't need that same reassurance.
No,
he
gets it.
He hears her. She's there. He gets it. Let's get things fixed.
I did it a second time in here. Like this right here, I think is May.
He caught a glimpse of May's armor.
Like she knew that she had been in a scuffle, and so she mentioned it so that he would have something to do.
Yeah.
And then there's the end of it when she's talking about how she's failed May because of the trees.
And May says something.
It's like directly after the comment she says in the narration is the exact thing May would say. And then
she's
he gets
clearly hurt
away.
by this, even though the trees were protecting themselves as best they know how. They are busy.
That's trees.
And
they are busy. You gotta stay alive.
As best they know how. So when I first read it, I was like, I was almost
It does
gonna
sound strange.
It does sound strange, and that's fine. The first time I read it, I was like, oh, we could word this way when it comes back up. But then I read it again, and it's fine. They are busy.
Or
preoccupied. They are preoccupied.
Or
are busy protecting themselves as best they know how.
That way it flows a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you see that, that's what I think you can do. I think it's just a matter of switching the words out so they don't clash as bad. Unless you need them to clash, like when I did. There was one up here I kind of wanted it to. A Night with No Moon.
She spoke to the wind. Speaking of wind.
And she has some. They need help.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's very drastic.
Well, and then there's something special going on here with Frick and... Or not Frick and May. Zeka and May.
Frick and May. Zeka and May. Okay.
Yeah, Zeka.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
So,
specifically them, yes.
Mm-hmm. So it kind of makes sense that it didn't take her very long to speak to the wind.
And also because of the emergency nature of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll come to see further.
So...
Well, if there's anything to add, that would be it.
No, I think I really liked how this chapter flowed out. It's
so small.
It is so small, but
it's a good, cute little story. I love it.
Yeah, all the chapters that you have in this one are small. And
they're just small little bits of the story, little bits at a time, yeah.
And where you're separating them makes sense to me, honestly.
I'm trying to keep these videos to less than an hour. Preferably under 30.
Well, with Problems of Another World, we had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
Pure Uncut Magic, there's so much to talk about.
And we didn't really know what we were doing.
Well, we were learning more.
We were getting it.
Yeah.
We're still very, very slowly getting it. But I don't know. There's a lot to be said. I've written another book. It's done.
Not only are we editing a book, but we're also editing ourselves.
Well, not only that, but we're creating small little gadgets from the stories, and you're doing a Pokemon every day, as well as special projects for people who you want to give them to because you're an awesome human being.
Well, and I think they're awesome human beings who I gave these to, so...
And you consider yourself lazy. Maybe we could drop that now.
I don't know if I've had the lazy thought in a while. I think any moment where I'm like just staring at my phone, looking at YouTube or whatever, I've just reveled in those moments where I was like, I remember how this used to be.
Because it's eventually going to get ripped away.
I enjoy those moments even more now. I just happen to look up at having Pokemon cards all around while I do this is great. Because I'm realizing the neck's not quite right.
It kind of bumps down in the eyeballs. Anyway, well, that's everything for the chapter.
Yeah. No, I like this one. It's really short, and I can't wait to see what the Forest and the Divine Arcane have for her.
In the next chapter.
In the next chapter.
All right, well, thanks for watching.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
So we're going to start recording, but I think when I look back, that is telling me it's happening.